Mike Jackson here from Best of the Tetons in beautiful Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Hey, today I want to show you a little utility program that you can use to find out where the Milky Way is going to be or any of the constellations. And it'll help in lining things up, and it'll let you know what time to be there. You know, you don't want to be there at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock when the sun goes down, but then have to wait 3 or 4 hours for the Milky Way if that's the goal. So this program is pretty quick and easy. I'm going to show you some basics on how to do it, and then hopefully I can go out and actually put it to use tonight. I'm going to show you how I go about deciding whether I want to go out tonight and shoot the Milky Way or any of the stars. And so I usually start here in Weather Underground, one of the weather channels. And well, I'm online here. You can see I'm on Cinco de Mayo, 5th of May. It's 10 o'clock, 10:30 right now. And I really want to look here. I can see what time sunrise and sunset was. And I can see when the moon is going to rise and when the moon will set in the afternoon. And so now I can check for the later hours for tomorrow. And so tonight I've got clear skies, clear, 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 most clear, right on through the sunny today tomorrow. So tonight would be pretty good, most clear. There a little bit of clouds is okay. And so, yep, I could go. And if I were going to do that, then I would go immediately on my computer and go www.stellarium.org, and that brings up the home page at Stellarium. There's options for adding little apps to some of your, iPads and iPhones and Android and so forth. But since I'm working on a computer right now, I'm using a Macintosh, and I'm in, in my browser. I'll just go ahead and use the web version. It's free, and the first thing it'll do, a pop-up will come up and says you want to use your current location. I'm in Jackson Hole already, so I'll say allow. There's a chance that you might be like in Fargo, North Dakota, or somewhere way out in the boonies here, and you would just bring it over to Jackson, and I would zoom in and say, well, think about maybe I would go to the Monroe Barns tonight, maybe. And they're sitting about right there. So I'm at the Monroe Barns, right in front of the this is the John Moulton Barn. So I use this location, John Moulton Barn. They've got it wrong there. And then normally I just have under settings, I just use these two, leave these two on. And down in the bottom, I usually have these two on, atmosphere and landscape. Deep sky objects, it doesn't matter. And you can make it full screen in a second. I'll show you how to do that. Normally I go up and say, okay, I don't really need that off to the side anymore. And if I want to get rid of all that stuff at the top and around the screen, I can do that. Use the full screen mode. Now, right now it defaults to looking straight north. And they're south. Let's say I was at the Mount Monroe Barn, looking straight south. It looks something like that. If I click and drag the mouse up, I can straighten the horizon line. And so this is what it looks like right now. If I went there right now, I would have no Milky Way. So when do I want to go? That's the question, right? And so if I drag the little timeline around, the Milky Way starts at about 50 minutes past midnight, and it looks pretty good now, starting to be pretty good at 2 o'clock. So that'd be when I'd want to be there. And if I scroll around, I'm moving the south. Now I'm looking due east. You can see that I could get a little bit of a rainbow effect here at about 2 o'clock. That would be using a pano option or a super wide angle of some sort. And let's say I'll scroll back down to the south. Scrub the slider here, and you can see that around 3 o'clock it's looking pretty much starting to stand straight up. 4 o'clock straight up, and then sometime around 5 o'clock you're going to see the blue light hits in. The Milky Way is going to go away, and at 6 o'clock there's sunrise and now there's full sunrise. We've got a crescent moon left over, but that's not going to bother anything. So, if I'm going to do this, I would go, probably leave, give me 30 minutes to get up there. I'd probably leave around 1 o'clock. Get there, be ready to go at 2 o'clock. Shoot till 3, 4 o'clock. And somewhere around 4:45 or so, I know I'm going to have to quit. I can still shoot sunrise shots and so forth, but, for the Milky Way part, there's my timeline. Well, if I look a little bit more tired than normal, that'd be because last night I got up at 2 o'clock after doing the homework that we talked about earlier. And I drove out to Mormon Row, exactly where we talked about, and shot south, towards the Milky Way, just like it showed. And as it turns out, around 3 o'clock, I was really kind of getting set up, and at a certain point, I could see that arch that we talked about is going over the barns, and I went ahead and shot the pano shots. That's what we have on here right now. Then I packed up and drove over to close to the base of the mountains, and I knew there was a place where I could potentially at least get some reflections in water with the Milky Way in the background. And so I set that up and started shooting that shot. I knew I had to be done by 5 o'clock, and actually I finished about 4:45. The moon came up just like on the schedule, and I was pretty much finished. Did a couple early morning landscape shots for other things, but as far as the star goes, I pretty much nailed that window. So the research I did using Stellarium, paid off. For this project, I used the little program called Stellarium, stellarium.org. And the best part about that, it's free. The second part of it is basically it gives you the tools that are pretty quick and easy to learn and how to use those. They tell you, when to be there, which angle the Milky Way is going to be, or any of the planets and so forth, including the constellations if you're looking for those. There's another program called Photo Pills, and some people really love that one. I have it, but it costs money, and so give that a look over. And then the third one that is not quite the same as Stellarium is the Photographer's Ephemeris. I'll put those on the screen here with all the links. But any one of those three can help you out. I think the Photographer's Ephemeris is actually good for finding out where the sun's going to come up, and or the moon's going to come up, or vice versa, moon and stars basically. And you can also, if you're a little bit more involved in it, you can find out where the shadows are going to be down certain canyons, and is a little more involved in some respects. You can save locations. I think that's pretty good. So anyway, I hope that you can get at least an intro into Stellarium and learn where to go and when to be there.